Hi everyone, AJ Joma with FranchiseAltitude. I provide C-level franchise consulting and franchise development services and support. Most of my clients are franchisors. I have been focusing a lot of my attention on franchisees and multi-unit operators, including area developers. So yesterday, I was on a call, or not a call, I'm sorry, a luncheon, networking event here in town in Austin. And I kept getting asked this question repeatedly. And the most common question I kept getting asked is, what are some of the signs that a franchise is going to fail? I have a client that is in this situation, or I have a client in that situation, and I think that he might be, in trouble. So I decided to put this vlog together to give you some key signs that maybe you're on a path to failure. And I'm not intending for this to be a negative post. I want it to be a positive post, okay? So I'm hoping someone out there is watching this video saying, wow, I'm going to heed his warning and put in preventative measures in place to prevent myself from going down this path. Of course, there's a lot of you out there that are fine where you are and you're not failing, and that's great. Or maybe you don't even own a business, but you know a business owner, you know a franchisee, you know a multi-unit franchisee, or even an area developer. And maybe you're a franchisor and you're watching this video. That's great. Perhaps you know somebody, perhaps one of your franchisees in your system is struggling, and you know it, and you don't know how to tell them. Or maybe you have a client, you're an attorney, or you're a broker, or you're a CPA, and you have a client that you've seen those warning signs. And if you don't know what they are, I'm about to tell you a few of them now. So one of the surefire ways to really know that you're on your pathway to possibly failing is, unfortunately, buying into a franchise, right? And I'm focusing on franchising here for a reason. I'm a franchise consultant, advisor, and coach. And I think that it encompasses any field of business, so it doesn't have to be a franchise. But let's just take franchising, for example. If you buy a franchise and you're a franchisee, and in your heart, you are a true entrepreneur. You're a maverick. You like to take risks and reinvent the wheel and shoot, then aim. The mindset of a true entrepreneur by heart. Then if you bought into a franchise thinking that their business model, if you just replicate it and put in your own skills and talent into it, that it will succeed, yeah, it might succeed. You might do a great job, but unfortunately, statistics are against you, because franchising is not for true entrepreneurs. Franchising has a proven system, okay, that needs to be followed to the T. It's not meant for people looking to reinvent the wheel or become mavericks. It's meant for somebody to follow a process thoroughly and consistently. And that's where I see many of the pitfalls and warning signs of potential failure. Is you have franchisees that are true entrepreneurs, to no fault to anyone really, but unfortunately it's just not a good fit with a franchise system. So they go at it alone, or they do things outside of the franchise system, and they start clashing with the franchisor, and then unfortunately it just doesn't pan out, and they start processing whatever strategy that has been provided to them on their own way. They reinvent it in a way. Not everyone does this, so if you're one of those maverick entrepreneurs, true entrepreneurs, and you have a successful franchise, good for you. You're doing it right. Now, what are some of the other ways? Well, one way I noticed that it's a surefire sign that you're prone to potentially fail is you got into this business. It doesn't matter what the franchisor told you. It doesn't matter what your banker told you or your CPA. Just because you got the deal done by the SBA, just because you got a loan approved, just because you got a franchise agreement approved by the franchisor, does not mean that you are in financially sound waters. A lot of franchisees come into a system, or business owners start a business with the bare minimum amount of money. And to aggravate that, they go off and either get seller financing if they're buying an existing business, or they borrow more money, take out more loans on top of their original loan. So they'll get a second loan, a third loan. and they are up to their necks in debt, thinking that if the business model proves itself, they'll be able to repay back their investment within 24 to 36 months, right? Especially in the restaurant industry, where that could be the case. Unfortunately, that's not usually the case, and it's a surefire sign that your business could potentially be failing or will fail. Now, what are some of the other ways? One of the most common sense ways that you know is a sign that you could potentially be failing and headed towards failure is you have low sales. That's right. If your sales are low and you know it and it's not getting any better, then it's a surefire sign. Okay, you can't get any clearer than that. Now, let's sprinkle some, whatever you want to call dust into the fire. Let's just say that you decide that you're going to really focus on marketing and advertising to drive more business. And you do, and you see an uptick on your sales revenue. But the moment that you stop that promotion, the buy one, get one free, the 50% off, the first 10 in line get free, whatever, the moment that campaign stops and the sales go back down, that's a surefire, in your face sign that your sales are low and they're not going to recover anytime soon, and you could be prone to failure. If you start becoming late and unpredictable on making your payments, that's a sure sign that your cash flow scenario is in dire condition. And one of my all-time favorites is when your employees' checks start bouncing, even if it's just one time. It's a surefire sign that you could be in debt, or you could be headed towards failure. And to me, the number 3 most important contributor to failing businesses is negligence and ignorance. And when you neglect to see the warning signs that your business is struggling, or if you're a friend of a business owner, or one of your franchisees is your client, you owe it to them to kind of let them know. And I know that's a iffy topic, but there are certainly ways you can help them. So finally, the one thing I like to throw out there is ignorance. You're ignorant to what you don't know. You don't know what you don't know, and you're not trying to, bridge the gap. So you leave it the way it is, and you expect time to fix all things, and that's just not the case. So I wanted to kind of give you guys those few pointers, right? So number 1 being that you're an entrepreneur by heart, and you don't realize that when you buy a franchise, it's all about systems and processes and following exactly the directions of the franchisor to the T. Not really an ideal scenario for a franchise entrepreneur by heart. Number 2 is you get too much debt, you borrow too much money, and now you're up to your neck in debt. Number 3 is your sales are low. Okay, I guess you can add to the number 3 that your sales are low, you start a marketing campaign and you do a promotion and your sales increase, and then they go back down as soon as the promotion is over, right? Surefire way of a sign that your business is failing. You're late on your payments is number 4. You're inconsistent with your bills. That's also number 4. And number 5, my favorite one, right, is your employees' checks start bouncing. And of course, one of the most common known contributors to failing businesses is neglect and ignorance. Okay, don't neglect your business warning signs, and don't be ignorant to the things you don't know. That's it for today, guys. I think I'm going to start doing more of these videos. I would certainly absolutely love your feedback and comments. Send me an instant message if you have a question, or if you'd like some more information about what I do and the services I provide. I do one-on-one coaching with business owners and people who want to be business owners. I have worked with CEOs and top executives of franchise systems with 10 locations up to 2,000 locations. Now I like to focus on owners, franchisees, single unit and multi-unit operators to help them transform their business and build peak performing businesses. You can visit me at www.FranchiseAltitude.com to learn more about what I do, or just follow me on LinkedIn. Hope you guys have a great day and a great weekend. Thank you.